So this presentation I'm going ahead, right? So next, thank you for तो आप वो उसको डाउन करो. Okay, Sanjay bhai, we can start now. Just for the information, this meeting is being recorded on cloud as well as we are live on YouTube. Sanjay bhai, please go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure in having you all in today's meeting, wherein we are going to have interaction with team from Delhi and GSDM, wherein they will be guiding us regarding different skill development schemes that government is having for industry.
Okay, Sanjay bhai, we can start now.
Yeah,
just for the information, this meeting is being recorded on cloud as well as we are live on YouTube. Okay, Sanjay bhai, please go ahead.
Good evening, everyone.
@GSDM.
Am I audible, Vijay?
Yes, you are audible, but your voice is little faint. If you can be louder or something. Yeah, it is little bit faint.
Well, friends, it's a good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure in having you all in today's meeting, wherein we are going to have interaction with the team from Delhi and GSDM. They will be guiding us as far as different skill development schemes and programs that Government of India has undertaken. And they wanted to have an interaction with bigwigs of industries. So we have called senior HR people from different industries today, and we'll be having interaction with people from Delhi and Gandhinagar. It's a joint program. South Gujarat Productivity Council and Mantra, Man-Made Textile Research Association, together they are doing this program. Regarding Mantra, Rajnikant will be giving more details on that. SGPC, I'll just give a little light, throw some light on that. South Gujarat Productivity Council is a national body. It is the main motto of this organization is to how to improve the productivity of the industry. When you talk about productivity, then many factors come into play, like raw material, machinery, and one of the main factor is skill sets also of the workers. The government also feels that to improve the overall productivity in terms of its quality and efficiency, we need to improve the skill sets of the grassroots workers who are working in this industry, and to make and considering that government has come out with different proposals, wherein they spend a lot of money in training the workers who are working in the industry. It is seen that many schemes, in south of India, people are using it in abundant, but in western region, industries are a little reluctant. So these programs we have kept. This program we have kept in regards to that industry people come to know, and accordingly we can make them aware. We have got exciting presentation waiting for us, so I will not take much of the time. Straight away request President of Mantra, Rajnikant Bhai Bachkaniwala, to give welcome address.
Good evening, friends. I'm very happy to welcome you all in this unique program of Government of Gujarat and Skill Sector Council. Before I actually embark on any informative feedback about this program as well as about Mantra and Surat industry, I'm glad that many people have joined from industry and the HR department from various industries. And I'm sure many more would be watching this program because this is really a useful effort by Gujarat government, and this Sankalp program should be really encouraged by the industry. Talking about Mantra and Surat textile industry, I can just very briefly tell you that of course it is one of the largest textile center in India, and in man-made textiles probably it leads the country in many fronts. It's very innovative. The industry is very innovative. The industry has very large installations. And Mantra has always been instrumental in correlating with the industry in promoting knowledge, promoting training, promoting research and development. And I can tell you that in past, Mantra has already carried out similar programs under central government schemes. And since last 15 years, Mantra has been training manpower on the floor as well as in Mantra itself. Our expertise lies in training people in weaving sectors, in processing sectors, and general entrepreneur.
Sorry to interrupt you, sir. Your voice is not very clear, sir. It is cracking and little bit faint.
Is it something wrong with the system? Now is it clear?
We can hear you now, sir, but your voice is in between cracking.
Maybe, okay. Is it okay now?
Yeah, it is fine now, sir. Please go ahead.
Okay, fine.
Thank you and sorry.
Thank you. So I was talking about Mantra. Basically, to give a very brief of Mantra, we are almost a 40-year-old research organization set up under textile ministry. And we get regular projects and grants from textile ministry for upgradation of textile skill as well as processes in industry. Mantra had been carrying out similar programs, like I said, even during the what is it called? We had a similar program, which was promoted by PMKVY, and but like it did not pick up very well with the government. But anyway, what I'm trying to briefly tell the industry is that Mantra can always be of great assistance, and Mantra can undertake training. And I would request industry to take up this because you are being offered a compensation for training your people within your own organization. And for training that, if any assistance in terms of curriculums or anything else is required, Mantra can always be of assistance to you. So with these few words, I once again welcome all the participants. Please go through all the presentations that participants would be making, and I'm sure this program will turn out to be very useful to all of us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rajni. We are lucky to have Shri Ripalbhai Patel as our keynote speaker today. Ripalbhai is a Vice President of Spinners Association Gujarat and also a Director of Confederation of Indian Textile Industry, CITI. He is a Managing Director of Eotex Spotspin Private Limited, Chairman and Managing Director of Everest Fertilizers and Chemicals, and is a Director of ETA Business Private Limited. Ripalbhai, you are requested to give your address, sir.
Good evening, everybody. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Thank you. It's a great privilege to address such a kind of a project, Sankalp. And as last time Dr. Yadav said, Ripple Bhai, if you can make a few remarks. And it was always a friendly gesture from Dr. Yadav, because I think he's a key backbone of entire textile skill sector. So I really thank Dr. Yadav who gave the opportunity. So basically, I think textile mill has a continuous demand of manpower, and due to attrition and changing market demand as per changing technologies. So I think there are a lot of challenges in the skill ecosystem. And if this skill ecosystem can be addressed, and that has been worsened because of this COVID crisis. So I think lockdown has created imbalance. More than 14.5 lakh workers migrated to their natives. And as a result, Gujarat industries faced acute shortage of manpower for a certain period of time, and which was a very um, hectic situations and very problematic situation. Pilot phase of Project Sankalp in 2021 has been immensely successful, in which textile mills received sanction of 550 fresh recruits. On behalf of industry, I express thanks to Gujarat Skill Development Mission and hope this time still higher number shall be sanctioned to the textile mills. The program is step forward to the industry empowered and employment aligned aspirational vocational skilling, in which youth of Gujarat will come across with renewed opportunities. Project Sankalp has a huge opportunity for industry association and as industry as a partner in providing the short-term training ranges from 350 to 450 hours in trades linked to respective sectors. The program would encourage industries in providing relevant training, apprentice, and employment opportunities to the youth of Gujarat. Industry partners would receive targets as per their training infrastructure capacity and placement prospects. Even the course which is not in the KT of Textile Sector Council can be taken up as by the industry as per their need, as per their customized need. They have to submit the curriculum and the proposal for such cases, and that special cases can be considered and given permission. Industry can train fresh youth from Gujarat in the age group of 18 to 35 years. However, the norms are relaxed to 45 years in the case of women, disability person with disabilities, below poverty line, SC, ST, and such a kind of a candidates. Industry can also retrain existing employee up to 55 years of age, irrespective of their domicile status, which is very important, I think. Existing training facilities inside the mills can be used, so industry is not required to set up other infrastructure, but they should have a bare minimum prescribed equipments for given job for which TSC can be approached anytime. And I think brief introduction of a project Sankalp, the detail will be given by the respected speaker. But let me brief it that I think if I need to emphasize, 18,000 rupees per candidate per training can be availed to the industries. Industry can train candidate as per their requirement and their captive employment needs. Train using their own in-house infrastructure. Registration is very simple. And the most important thing, why Dr. Yadav emphasized, Ripple, why you should come and tell, is the last date is 10th of April. So I think everybody as an industry should recruit for this and should register for this. So I give the forum to the expert speaker, but I would request all the industry members, our members and Mantra members, all the Gujarat Skill Development Mission to make it success and enroll for this activity. Thank you.
Thank you, Ripple Bhai. It's really an important thing that industry come forward and get registered as quickly as possible. We from SGPC, we are very happy to know that we have got different people, senior HR from different spectrums of industry. Like we have representation done from garden cell mills, from spectrum dyes and chemicals, cyanide and chemicals, ether, Ami Organics, Anupam Rasayan, and SRK Diamonds. And all these HRs are looking forward to understand what Project Sankalp is. Now before I give the floor to Vijay Bhai, I'll just say a few words about Deepak Bhai. Then Sri Deepak Bhai Makwana, he is the Assistant Director of Gstm, Gujarat State Development Training Mission, and has more than 27 years of experience in skilling. He has a major role in planning, implementation, and monitoring of all the skill development schemes of GSDM. We also have Dr. Vijay Yadav from Delhi, a doctorate from IIT Delhi. Currently, he is working as a director operation and is instrumental in bringing key reforms in the training and assessment process in skill development programs of Indian government. With this, I give the floor to Vijay Bhai for the further process.
Thank you, Sanjay. So you are giving the floor to me now, I hope. So thank you. A very pleasant evening to one and all. And already the introduction has been given by Mr. Sanjay. Thank you so much, Mr. Sanjay, for the introduction. Just to give a brief on what the TSC is, I would like to take you through a presentation of 2 minutes. I don't want to make you boresome or so. It's very small presentation. I will just keep you through that. This one, right? As far as the Textile Sector Skill Council is concerned, this is an industry body being set up with the help of various associations and corporate leaders. We are interested with the task of designing the skill ecosystem for the textile industry, for which we had developed almost 90 qualification packs. And we are fortunate enough to have those qualification packs included in this Sankalp program, which will be shortly being presented by GSDM officials who have agreed for participating in this. The qualification packs and the quality standards which have been developed for the industry, and they are as per the industry needs. So when Ripal Bhai Patel said that the infrastructure requirements would be aligned with the qualification pack, so there our role comes. So the TSC can be approached for those clarification as and when it happens, or when the training partners would come on the portal and they have any queries in mind. So our office bearers are Chairman Sri T. Rajkumar ji, Sri Rakesh Mehra ji, who is the President of Banswara Syntex, is our Vice Chairman. And then we have Ashwin Chandra ji, he is our Deputy Chairman. Just to take you through the whole snapshot of how the ecosystem of the skill ecosystem has spanned through India, you would understand that around close to 3 lakh certifications has been done across India. Now we come to, when we look at the figure of Gujarat, although we have very good spectrum of presence across Gujarat, almost 8 or 9 districts have been covered under various skill development programs, ranging from Center for Entrepreneurship Development section of MSME, or PMKY division, or the backward classes programs. But when we look at the numbers, they are pretty small. So they are not very attractive looking to the potential which the industries in Gujarat have. And I think with the opening words of Rajnikant Bhai and Ripal Bhai Patel ji, I think this will give a impetus to this particular moment. So as far as the short-term training is concerned, when we say short-term training, it implies to a training of around 2 months of duration. So it spans to 2 or 2.5 months. So you are making any worker or any operator just efficient enough to work on the machine. While when he undergoes the on-the-job training, he acquires more skills and becomes a perfect worker. And of course, the advantage of the industry is that you are able to provide more than 90% of the placement. So that is an area which has increased the scheme developers like GSDM to think of the captive placement as a important area. And we are happy that in the Sankalp program, they had put a major focus on the captive placement, which obviously the textile industries across Gujarat would be able to capitalize. These are the various job roles, so I'm not going to dwell upon on this particular list because the list is very much available on the Skill India portal. To give a snapshot of how the textile scenario in Gujarat has evolved, so majority of the meal partners who have taken part in the training programs have been listed here. It's not that in Gujarat we have only these groups, but more definitely would come under the umbrella of skill development programs. So far, apart from the associations, we do have educational institutes, and collectively, because of these efforts, so far the short-term training programs has benefited around 577 candidates in Gujarat. If we talk about the project Sankalp, under the pilot phase, which ran through the year 2021 in the past year, close to 600 numbers have got benefited out of the project Sankalp. So I think that's a good motivation for all of us to begin the journey in 22-23, because the pilot one has given a very good impression in the GSDM and in the funding agencies' minds, and that's why in the current financial year 22-23, we are targeting more number of textile corporates and associations to come forward and take the advantage. This is just a small snapshot of the project Sankalp, what Ripal Bhai Patel has also elaborated on, and I will be leaving the scope to the GSDM officials to present more on this. But just to give a snapshot, you can very much understand that it's a single window process. So the impression which normally the industry have in mind that we have to process a lot of documents, we have to submit to so many officials. So it's a purely paperless process. So with these words, I am just closing my talk and handing over to GSDM officials. I think Deepak Bhai Makwana ji has joined, and we have Snehal Ben from GSDM. So I am giving the floor to them. Thank you so much.
Little word, like we have got people from other industries also. So it is the whatever presentation as for the talk we had, it will be for all the industries now.
Yes. Let me clear this. Since majority of the industries are the textiles, so that's why a notional reference is given to textiles. But as a whole, this project Sankalp is for all the industries where you have the engagement of the manpower and you have a captive requirement. So it covers all industries. And the second point which I want to clarify is that our council, which is the Textile Sector Skill Council, as the name implies, it is only for development of the skills ecosystem in the textiles. Okay. For the other industries, there are respective skill councils. For example, if you talk about chemical, then there will be a different skill council. If it is apparel, then you have an apparel sector skill council, and so on. Hope it clears your doubt. Sanjay Bhai, please proceed.
Requesting Makwana ji to give his presentation.
Thank you. Snehal Ben.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, all to you, madam. All floor is yours. Thank you.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, madam, we can hear you. Please proceed.
Thank you, Textile Sector Skill Council, for organizing this conclave. And I welcome everyone on the dais who are present here. And thank you, Bripal sir, for giving the brief about the project Sankalp. And Yadav sir also, who has given the presentation about textile industry, how it is working in Gujarat and what is the role of textile in project Sankalp. Makwana sir will be here in 5 or 10 minutes. During that time, we will share the presentation about Project Sankalp and give you the vast idea about the scheme. Yadav sir, can you see the screen?
Yes.
I think there is some technical glitch.
Snail Ben, is there any challenge? Are you facing any challenge, madam?
There was a technical glitch, sir. Now it's perfectly all right.
Okay, please proceed.
Before moving forward to Project Sankalp, I would like to give brief about what is GSDM and what we are doing in GSDM with all the schemes, what schemes we are running. So the GSDM was established in year 2009 and it's a nodal agency for skill development in the state. And we are also an apex body for monitoring, coordinating and convergence related to skill development and entrepreneurship activities leading to employment in Gujarat. We are also integrated with various departments of the state governments which are doing the skill development and employment related activities. And we are also implementing various schemes which are under MSDE. The objectives of GSDM is to work out an integrated strategy for enhancing the employability of youth in the state. We also undertake various surveys and research to find out the gap, and we also try to fill that gaps to meet the demands. And we also make and plan comprehensive strategies for the skill developments. And we disaggregate the strategy in terms of targets, whether it is skill wise or beneficiary wise. These are the schemes of GSDM which we are currently running. The first and foremost is PMKY 3.0, wherein we are in short-term training also, and RPL. There is Skill Hub initiative also. There is some ITIs are selected and we are representing as Skill Hub initiatives. Those we are running short-term trainings in those ITIs. Gati is a Gujarat Apex Training Institute. Sankalp is a program managed by MSDE and implemented by GSDM. Indian Institute of Skills IIS Ahmedabad is basically skill institute, like we have IIT and IIM. Same we are having IIS in Ahmedabad. NSQF level short-term courses are being run in ITIs in coordination with GSDM. Kaushalya, the Skill University Gazette, has been published in recent October 2021, and we are planning to establish the Skill University, which is named as Kaushalya. And next is Project Sankalp GOG, which only focuses on the short-term skill training in industry, for industry, by industry, in the industries itself. This is networking between government and industry associations. As As Ripple sir said and Yadav sir said, industry associations and industry itself come forward to be a training providers and training partners in the project Sankalp. Sector Skill Council is playing a role in Project Sankalp also as a assessment and certification body for NSPF aligned job roles. In this project, you can also train freshers and existing employees of the industries. Government is sponsoring and reimbursing the training cost, whichever is as per the common cost norms of gadget. These are main job roles in which Project Sankalp is. First is NSPF level job roles, which is aligned in NSPF, and we are focusing on short-term training. So maximum duration of the job roles we have kept is 6 months. In this job roles, assessment and certification will be done by respective sector skill council. So if the industry is of textile sector and opting the job roles of textile sectors, then the assessment and certification will be done by textile SSC. And if the industry is from other sectors and opting these sectors, for example, apparel, then assessment and certification will be done by apparel sectors. We have another type of job roles, which is GCVT and company specific job roles, in which we are allowing industries to provide training to freshers and their existing employees, whose syllabus are approved by GCVT, and companies can also depute their company specific job roles, which they have to certified with KSU, that is Kaushalya Skill University, and those assessment and certification will be done by GCVT and KSU. These are the type of job roles for Project Sankalp. NSPF level job role, category 1, 2, 3, and GCVT and company specific job roles. GSDM or government will going to pay out at rupee common cost norm, which are as per the budget, that is 49 rupees for category 1, 42 for category 2, and 35.10 for category 3. And we are planning to provide 75% of category 1 job role for GCVT and company specific job roles. This is the tranche payment payout milestones. In tranche 1, we will provide you 30% of the total cost, and the output parameters are all based on the fresher candidates. That means if a training provider is creating a batch with current employees, then GSDM will not going to pay for the current employees who are as a trainee. We will provide all the payment based on the fresher candidates only. But the assessment cost of that existing employees will be paid by GSDM. So in that case, tranche 1 payment will be on commencement of the training batch against validated candidates, that is 30% tranche. Second tranche is 40%, that is on successful certification of the trainees. And the third tranche is 30%, which is on achievement of 80% placement. So here the placement means only the wage employment and apprenticeship. We are not counting self-employment as a placement, because this is focusing industries only. So we are assuming that if industry coming forward and they are saying that give us the target, we will train. So we are assuming that there is a demand. So industry has come forward. So 80% placement for wage and apprenticeship we are assuming. The minimum batch size for any job role will be 10 and 13. Maximum will be 30. Minimum 50% freshers and maximum 50% of existing workers can be enrolled in one particular batch. And we appreciate batch of the 100% freshers. If you are making a batch of 30 and all 30 are freshers, it will be appreciated. But the industry can also enroll their existing employees, 15 existing employees in batch of 30 candidates. The age of the fresher trainees must be between 18 to 35 years, and the existing employees' age can be 18 to 55 years. Make sure the fresher candidates must be from the domicile of Gujarat, so that the youth of the Gujarat can get the benefit of this scheme. Existing employee can from Pan India, as they are already employees of the company. So moving forward to the document requirement for the application, we require very less documentation. All the process is online, nothing is offline. Nobody need to come to the office and fill up any application and submit the documents. All the documents are listed here. For example, registration certificate, address proof, GST certificate, PAN card, factory license if the industry is from manufacturing industry, CA certificate for the turnover, self-declaration for anti-blacklisting. And the anti-blacklisting declaration is available on the website while applying for the project Sankalp. This is the basics to reach out to us. This is the website skills.gujarat.gov.in, wherein the industry can apply. Skills.gujarat.gov.in/project Sankalp, where industry can find out the guideline, NSQF aligned job roles, GCVT job roles, and application process 2, which will facilitate and ease them while applying for the project. The email ID is mentioned here. Anyone can send their email or query anything related to Project Sankalp or GSDM, which will be entertained by assistant directors. Even the phone number is listed here in the website too. Anyone can call and ask for the resolution of any query, and instant support will be given. Below are our social media platform accounts. Now moving forward for the Project Sankalp application process, I am going to show you online module how one industry can quickly fill up the application process on the website itself.
Miss Nehal, how much time this walkthrough will take?
It will approximately 5 minutes, sir, not more than that.
Okay. So I can see Deepak Bhai is there in the list. So we will welcome him just after your walkthrough.
Definitely, sir.
Okay, madam. Thank you.
So this is the website of GSDM, skills.gujarat.gov.in. There will be a pop-up while clicking and
Madam, your screen is not visible.
Oh, sorry, sir, 1 minute.
Please reshare it. Yeah.
Now can you see the screen?
Yes, madam. It is visible now.
Okay. So this is the website of GSDM, skills.gujarat.gov.in. While opening the website, there is a pop-up for registration of Project Sankalp itself. So you can click directly on the here for registration. Okay. So this application form will come out. Fill out the basic details of the organization and click on the register button. In this case, you will receive OTP in the registered email ID. Whatever email ID you are mentioning here, you will receive an OTP. So you need to put in the OTP in the next window and verify the OTP. So after verification of the OTP, you will receive an application number with password in email itself. Then please log into this. When you log in with your application ID and password, this screen will appear. There is basic information, organization information, type of organization, year of establishment, registration number, industry type, permanent address, communication address, contact details, how many staff is employed, and the next is save and next. Next is organization activities. If any organization have any training center or activity, they can click on the yes and click on the years in which the training center was established. If the organizations don't have training center as of now, they can click on no and nothing will be asked. Then click on the save and next button. The next is for schemes. Nature of skills means in which skill the industry is into and what will be the annual requirement. Click on the add button. So the requirement will be added here. I have already mentioned 12 requirements. Then select the NSQF job roles, sectors. From sectors to job role. Let me select one. Textile.
Madam, can I interrupt you?
Yes, sir.
What do you mean by when you say, if you can just go a little bit up, what do you mean by nature of the skill?
Sir,
What is supposed?
Yes, if the industry is in textile industry, they may require blow room operator or ring frame tenter. So what skill they need, they have to mention here.
Okay, not very clear, but because see, in the textile, they will be having almost 60-70 operations. So 60-70 job roles will be there. So what they are supposed to fill it up, because you have to only want one entry here.
But they don't need to put on 70 or enter say 60 or 70 type of skills. Only one skill is enough.
That is machine operator. That means
Yes.
machine operator is something. Achha.
Yes.
Okay, madam. Got it.
Select the sector, name of job role, batch size, 30. How many trainee will be enrolled in 6 months of period, say for example 100, and 90 potential job offers. Click on add. This will be added in the box. Click save and next button. This detail is about the industry association. If industry association is applying, they have to mention the name of the member industries. There are 4 or 3 or 5, how many industries are associated with the association. If a industry itself is applying, then industry can write its name only in this section. Save and next, then the financial details are asked. Fill out the financial details. Next is turnover. Write down the turnover. What is the turnover of association or the industry? Upload the CS certificate here. Save and next. We have asked documents like registration certificate, upload registration certificate, organization address proof, communication address proof, factory license, Udyog Aadhar, MSME, any government license, PAN card, GST, CA certificate. Anti-blacklisting declaration is available here. Anyone can download proforma from here and give on the letterhead of the industry or the association.
One small doubt here, madam, just for the sake of clarity, because industries normally pass through that kind of problem. Now, in all these documents, such as say factory license, right, or any other proof, so the address, which is the physical address of a company, normally doesn't match up with that address. So either some fields will be mismatched or they will be missing. So whether you will be you'll be doing a one-to-one mapping of those information, or you will just holistically look at those information and approve it.
Sir, we will look into one-to-one. An address can be everywhere, like GST certificate or light bill or their registration certificate. Whatever they are mentioning in the address, there is some proof in the name of industry. They can upload GST, bank statement also valid, electricity bill is also valid.
Yeah, that is fine. But my doubt is, normally, say if factory will be located at a road. Okay, so in the address there will be some milestone will come. Say 25 milestone Surat, and some
Okay.
road will come. But the
Okay.
same address or the same replication doesn't happen in the government records. Say in the electricity records. So there either the road will be missing or the milestone will be missing. So whether that will create a problem for the industry,
No,
that is
sir.
what my
No, sir. I understand that will not create the problem.
okay, fine, fine. Thank you.
And the minor change. So industry need to upload these documents, and the next is declaration, wherein just they have to click on this agree and declaration, and the next is submit. Click on the submit button, and the status of the application will turn as a project Sankalp application created to project Sankalp application submitted. And the industry will also receive an email saying that their application has been submitted. So this was the quick review on the application process. Even we have process and manual on the website too. So if anybody want to check out the application process, they can. I'm showing the screen. Conclave GOG user manual. The user manual for Project Sankalp application process is already available. So anyone can refer and apply. So that was my part of the presentation, Yadav sir.
Okay, thank you very much, Snell madam. Now, just to add up and to sum up what you wanted to say, madam, I would put up before the industry just to understand that this particular exercise of submitting the proposal, this is just an intent to get the training targets sanctioned by the government, by the GSDM. So, when a proposal is submitted by the industry, they should have a tentative plan in mind. So, for example, for these particular job roles, when is the training going is expected to be commencing? Say you require the manpower in the month of August, or you require the manpower in the month of October. So that plan industry should have in mind before they can submit a proposal. The implication of this is that when the sanctions are made by the government, so they will like to stick to a schedule. So if you are not able to match up with the targets which is sanctioned, okay, and your requirement, so it will lead to some underutilization of your targets. So that could be a negative kind of point. So I think you should have a plan in mind that this is my the training schedule which I am going to adhere to. So on the basis of that, you should submit your proposal. Mrs. Sanjay, will you introduce Deepak Bhai Makwana ji now?
Yeah, definitely.
Please.
Deepak, good evening. Welcome, sir. Deepak ji Makwana ji, he is Assistant Director of GSDM. He has more than 27 years of experience in skilling. He has major role in planning, implementation, and monitoring of all the skill development schemes of GSTM. Welcome, sir.
Thank you all, and good evening to all participants. आज सेक्टर स्किल काउंसिल टेक्सटाइल्स के माध्यम से जो भी मेरे साथ जुड़े हैं, आप लोगों का सही हृदय से स्वागत करते हैं। और जीएसडीएम की ओर से जो स्नेहल ने जो प्रेजेंटेशन किया है रिगार्डिंग और संकल्प गुजरात स्कीम, तो उसके रिगार्ड में जो भी प्रेजेंटेशन में दिखाया गया है, जो भी इंडस्ट्री जो है जो टेक्सटाइल सेक्टर में काम कर रही है अभी, तो टेक्सटाइल सेक्टर की जो भी रिसेंटली अभी जो मैंने रिपोर्ट पढ़ा है खास करके इस सूरत में, तो इतनी ह्यूज डिमांड है। जैसे अहमदाबाद में भी काफी इंडस्ट्री इस सेक्टर में काम करना चाहती है। तो टेक्सटाइल सेक्टर के रिगार्ड में जो भी जॉब रोल अवेलेबल है और संकल्प गुजरात के जरिए हम लोग ये आह्वान कर रहे हैं और इंडस्ट्री को रिक्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं कि जो भी रेडी वर्कफोर्स इंडस्ट्री की रिक्वायरमेंट के अकॉर्डिंगली आप लोगों को चाहिए, वही वर्कफोर्स को आप अपने ट्रेनिंग सेंटर में ही ट्रेन करके जो भी इंडस्ट्री की रिक्वायरमेंट है उसके अकॉर्डिंगली प्लेसमेंट मिले और आपको वर्कफोर्स मिले और आपकी जो भी इंडस्ट्री की प्रोडक्टिविटी में स्किल वर्कफोर्स आने के जो भी प्रोडक्टिविटी में बढ़ोतरी होगी वो भी एक इंडस्ट्री का बेनिफिट है। साथों साथ गवर्नमेंट ऑफ गुजरात ने ये प्रोजेक्ट संकल्प योजना जाहिर की है इंडस्ट्री के लिए। तो इंडस्ट्री जो भी ट्रेनिंग इम्पार्ट कर रही है, एक्चुअली काफी इंडस्ट्री में मैंने देखा है कि इंडस्ट्री के खुद के ट्रेनिंग सेंटर लगे हुए, फ्रेश कैंडिडेट को आप इंडस्ट्री में लाते हैं, उन लोगों को 1 महीना 2 महीना जैसी रिक्वायरमेंट है उसके मुताबिक आप टाइम में उन्हों को ट्रेन करते हैं और देन आफ्टर जो भी उसका ऑपरेशन और प्रोडक्शन एक्टिविटी में उन लोगों को लगाते हैं। तो हमारा जो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ गुजरात का मुख्य उद्देश्य यही है कि जो भी वर्कफोर्स आप लोगों को चाहिए और वो वर्कफोर्स तैयार करने में जो भी आप लोग उन्हों पे खर्च करते हैं वो ट्रेनिंग कॉस्ट जो है वो भी हम लोग अकॉर्डिंग टू भारत सरकार कॉमन नॉर्म्स हम लोग आप लोगों को रीएम्बर्समेंट करेंगे। साथों साथ जो भी वर्कफोर्स आपकी इंडस्ट्री में प्लेसमेंट होगा और वहीं पे नहीं भी हो सकता है तो आपके जो भी क्लस्टर एरिया की इंडस्ट्री जो है वहीं पे भी प्लेसमेंट मिल सकता है। तो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ गुजरात का मुख्य उद्देश्य ये है कि तो गुजरात को जो भी इंडस्ट्री की रिक्वायरमेंट है इसमें आत्मनिर्भर बनाया जाए और लोकल जो यूथ जो है, जो ड्रॉप आउट स्टूडेंट है 10वीं कक्षा पास करके या डिप्लोमा डिग्री करके भी ऐसे शॉर्ट टर्म कोर्सेज में इंडस्ट्री की नीड आधारित जो भी कोर्सेज हम लोग रन करने जा रहे हैं वो कोर्सेज में जुड़ के इंडस्ट्री के उपयोग में जो भी प्लेसमेंट हो सकता है वो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ गुजरात का एक दूसरा दायित्व है कि हम लोग गुजरात गवर्नमेंट के माध्यम से यूथ को एम्प्लॉयमेंट को इंडस्ट्री के जो भी रिक्वायरमेंट है उसके मुताबिक दे पाए। तो प्रोजेक्ट संकल्प की जो बेसिक रिक्वायरमेंट है और जो कंसेप्ट हम लोगों ने तैयार किया है वो आप लोगों को प्रस्तुत किया है और बीच में मैंने यादव सर के जो भी वक्तव्य में मैंने पूछा तो जो समझा उसमें जो काफी इंडस्ट्री का जो भी है डॉक्यूमेंटेशन प्रोड्यूस करने का जो है इसमें हम लोग इतने रिजिड नहीं है। ये सिर्फ जो एड्रेस प्रूफ और जो भी इंडस्ट्री एग्जिस्टिंग है वो सिर्फ इंडस्ट्री काम कर रही है उसके आधार के पर हम लोग नया टारगेट एलोकेशन कर पाए, वही हमारा उद्देश्य है। बाकी कोई दूसरी कुछ है नहीं। काफी जगह आपने जो बताया कि इंडस्ट्री का जो भी सर्टिफिकेशन है वो कहीं और एड्रेस पे होता है और जीएसटी का और दूसरे सर्टिफिकेट जो कि हेल्प करते हैं गवर्नमेंट को कहीं भी प्लेसिंग भी होता है इसमें। तो हम लोग ये नहीं चाहते कि इसमें हम लोग कुछ आपकी प्रपोजल को निकाल देंगे, हम लोग असेसमेंट में जरूर से लेंगे और ऐसे जो भी इंडस्ट्री के इश्यू है उसको भी हम लोग देखेंगे। और हम लोग तो ये चाहते हैं कि आप इंडस्ट्री में ज्यादा से ज्यादा जो भी ऐसे इंडस्ट्री पार्टनर है वो मेरे साथ जुड़े और आपकी अभी की जो भी स्कीम है उसमें आप लोगों को कुछ रीस्किलिंग अपस्किलिंग की जरूरत है। इंडस्ट्री 4.0 के अकॉर्डिंगली आने वाले दिनों में आप लोगों को वर्कफोर्स जो भी जरूरत है वो भी हम लोगों को बताया जाए, क्योंकि अभी तो मेरे पास जो भी टेक्सटाइल सेक्टर के रिगार्डिंग जो भी एसएससी ने जॉब रोल डिक्लेयर की उसके अकॉर्डिंगली हम लोगों ने वही एनएसपी और पेलाइन जॉब रोल आप लोगों को बताया। उससे ऊपर जाके हम लोगों ने एक स्कीम में नया अपन ये भी लाए हम लोग कि आपकी स्पेसिफिक इंडस्ट्री या कंपनी की रिक्वायरमेंट कुछ है तो छोटे छोटे कोर्स वो भी आप करिकुलम इंडस्ट्री एक्सपर्ट के माध्यम से डेवलप कर सकते हैं। रिस्पेक्टिव एसएससी जो उसमें उन्हों की भी हेल्प ले सकते हैं। और उसके बाद हम लोगों को ये कोर्सेज जो है अपना गुजरात गवर्नमेंट का वोकेशनल काउंसिल से अप्रूवल लेके वो भी कोर्सेज हम लोग इंडस्ट्री की नीड बेस्ड आधारित जो भी है आप सजेस्ट करेंगे वो कोर्स भी हम लोग ट्रेनिंग के लिए इम्प्लीमेंट करवाएंगे आपके इंडस्ट्री में। तो वहां पे हम लोगों ने जो ऑप्शन दिखा है इसमें एनएसपी और जॉब रोल भी है और जीसीवीटी यानी कि गुजरात गवर्नमेंट के वोकेशनल है वो भी हम लोग करेंगे, और कंपनी स्पेसिफिक आप लोग जो भी छोटे छोटे कोर्स करना चाहते हैं वो भी हम लोगों को बताइए, वो भी हम लोगों को करना है, और आपके लिए वर्कफोर्स जो भी तैयार करना है उसके लिए हम लोग रेडी है। आपका और कोई सुझाव है तो भी हम लोगों को भेजिए, वो भी हम लोग तैयार है। उसके सिवा भी जो भी स्नेहल ने प्रेजेंटेशन में बताया है स्कीम के रिगार्डिंग, उसके सिवा कुछ आपको कुछ जानकारी चाहिए तो मुझे बता सकते हैं। और फिर से मैं आप सबको रिक्वेस्ट कर रहा हूँ कि ये इंडस्ट्री स्पेसिफिक जॉब रोल में भी आप लोगों की ओर से इंडस्ट्री और ज्यादा जुड़ जाए मेरे साथ। आने वाले दिनों में अभी हम लोग हर एक सेक्टर में फ्यूचरिस्टिक कोर्सेज जो रिक्वायरमेंट है इंडस्ट्री की उसके ऊपर भी काम कर रहे हैं। गुजरात सरकार ने एक 51 न्यू एज कोर्सेज की न्यू आइटम रखी है। आने वाले दिनों में जो भी फ्यूचरिस्टिक कोर्स जो है जो भी सेक्टर में वो भी हम करने वाले हैं। शायद ये जो भी जॉब रोल अवेलेबल उससे ऊपर कुछ रिक्वायरमेंट है तो वो भी हम लोगों के साथ आप जुड़िए, और वो भी कोर्स हम लोग इम्प्लीमेंट करने के लिए रेडी है। और गुजरात के लिए जो भी वर्कफोर्स आप लोगों को जरूरी है उसमें भी हम सहयोग करेंगे। काफी जो भी यूथ जो है वो हमारे पोर्टल पे भी अभी रजिस्टर्ड हो चुके हैं, तो वो जहाँ जहाँ इंडस्ट्री में आप लोग उन लोगों को ट्रेनिंग देने के लिए हम लोगों के साथ जुड़ेंगे तो वो ट्रेनिंग कोर्स जो आपको हेल्प करेंगे। और बाकी की जो भी सहूलियत की जरूरत पड़ेगी ये स्कीम में कुछ आप लोगों को कुछ अभी नया आइडिया देना है, हम लोगों को कुछ बदलाव करना है तो वो भी सुझाव आवकारी है। एंड थैंक यू ऑल। एंड और कोई यादव सर अभी कुछ है तो आप बता सकते हैं।
थैंक यू दीपक भाई, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आपका, आपने अपना कीमती समय निकाला। और मैं तो शुक्रगुजार हूँ स्नेहल मैडम का भी जिन्होंने ये सारा कोऑर्डिनेट करके प्रोग्राम को इस मुकाम तक लेके आए। और डेफिनेटली सपोर्ट जाता है इंडस्ट्री एसोसिएशंस का और इंडस्ट्री मेंबर्स का जिन्होंने इस इनिशिएटिव को पूरा साथ दिया, सपोर्ट दिया। अब फॉर द क्वेश्चन आंसर्स हमने यह लिखा है कि अगर आप चैट बॉक्स में जो भी क्वेश्चंस हैं अगर आप उसको पुट कर दें तो वी कैन टेक इट वन बाय वन। And also I would like to welcome our one of the board member Bharat Bhai Gandhi ji, who is there in the presentation in this particular meeting. Gandhi साहब आप कुछ बोलना चाहते हैं तो you are please most welcome as in motivation words. Thank you. भरत भाई गांधी जी। Bharat bhai, you want to speak something? You want to say something? Please unmute and then you can speak.
Hello, good evening to all.
Yes.
And just compliments to skill development, SGC, South Gujarat Productive Council and Mantra and all. And it's a good debate, you know, and very good to, you know, the slot was very good and very interesting. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bharat bhai. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now this is an open forum for all the industry members. जो भी आपके डाउट्स हैं या कुछ क्यूरीज हैं इस एप्लीकेशन प्रोसेस के लिए आप प्लीज चैट बॉक्स में लिख सकते हैं, या अगर आप परमिशन मांगते हैं तो we can permit you to unmute and speak. You please put up your query in the chat box. Thank you.
एक क्वेश्चन ये है कि पोस्ट एप्लीकेशन what time does it take for approval?
Sneha madam.
Yes, Yadav sir.
Yeah, Deepak bhai want to answer this. They want to know how much time approval process will take after the deadline is.
within a 1 week.
Okay.
Start immediately.
Now, while the participants put more questions, one more thing I can put to the attention of all the participants. Apprenticeship program is getting integrated with these skill development initiatives. If any new person comes in the industry and wants to do an apprenticeship, so he has to have certain basic training done. सो अब ये जो प्रोग्राम है संकल्प के, जो अभी दीपक भाई ने बताया, अगर हमारे जो कैंडिडेट्स हैं, हमारे जो ऑपरेटर्स हैं, अगर वो स्किल सर्टिफाई हो जाते हैं इन जॉब रोल्स में थ्रू द संकल्प प्रोग्राम, देन द इंडस्ट्री उन कैंडिडेट्स को डायरेक्टली अप्रेंटिसशिप में ऑन द जॉब ट्रेनिंग में ले सकती है। अब उसका बेनिफिट क्या होगा कि ये जो कोर्सेज हैं ये NSQ अलाइंड हैं, जैसे दीपक भाई ने कहा, और जब आप इनको अप्रेंटिसशिप प्रोग्राम में लेंगे ऑन द जॉब ट्रेनिंग, देन अगले 12 महीनों के लिए आप उनके स्टाइपेंड का रिम्बर्समेंट अप टू ₹1,500 पर मंथ पर कैंडिडेट आप ले सकते हैं। तो ये एक अनदर बेनिफिट होता है जब आप स्किल डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम के थ्रू अपने कैंडिडेट को सर्टिफाई कर लेते हैं और उनको अप्रेंटिसशिप प्रोग्राम में एज एन अप्रेंटिस अपने प्लांट में आप उनको रिक्रूट करते हैं। दीपक भाई, कैन यू म्यूट योर माइक? So this is one point I wanted to make, and the second point, अप्रेंटिसशिप प्रोग्राम को बढ़ावा देने के लिए द सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट एक बहुत बड़ी ड्राइव लेके आ रही है 21 अप्रैल को। तो हमारे पास ये एक और अपॉर्चुनिटी रहेगी जिसमें कि हम आपके साथ रूबरू होंगे ऑन 21st, और उसमें अगर इंडस्ट्रीज रिक्रूटमेंट कर सकती हैं अप्रेंटिस की, तो उसके हैंड होल्डिंग भी उस दिन वी विल प्रमोट इट, वी विल डू द हैंड होल्डिंग ऑन दैट डे। So any questions from the participants? You have any question?
तो यादव सर, मैं कुछ बताना चाहता हूँ। तो मेरी एक अगेन रिक्वेस्ट है ऑल इंडस्ट्रीज एंड इंडस्ट्री एसोसिएशन से कि ये जो प्रोजेक्ट संकल्प है इसमें ज्यादा से ज्यादा रजिस्ट्रेशन हो जाए, और अकॉर्डिंग टू आवर प्रोसीजर जो भी रजिस्ट्रेशन होगा लास्ट डेट के बाद मैक्सिमम हम लोग विद इन अ वीक उसका जो भी असेसमेंट है वो करके आप लोगों को प्रेजेंटेशन में बुलाएंगे, और जो भी आप लोगों की रिक्वायरमेंट है कि जो जॉब रोल में आप लोग ट्रेनिंग इम्पार्ट करना चाहते हैं उसकी अकॉर्डिंगली आपके पास जो भी ट्रेनिंग फैसिलिटी अवेलेबल है उसके अकॉर्डिंगली हम लोग टारगेट एलोकेशन करेंगे, और एज अर्लीस्ट हम लोग ये ट्रेनिंग स्टार्ट कर पाएंगे। तो विद इन 15 डेज हमारा प्लानिंग है कि ये 15 दिन में हम लोग ट्रेनिंग भी स्टार्ट कर पाए, ऐसी हमारी पूर्व तैयारी है, हमारा प्लानिंग भी है। हालांकि इस प्रोग्राम में करीबन 1500 बच्चे अभी ट्रेनिंग ले रहे हैं, और 27 जितनी इंडस्ट्री हमारे साथ लास्ट ईयर जुड़ चुकी है, तो अभी वो ट्रेनिंग भी ऑन गोइंग है। तो मेरे लिए तो सिर्फ आपकी प्रपोजल जो भी आप लोग हम लोगों को सबमिट करेंगे उसका स्क्रूटिनी कर देंगे, अगले हफ्ते आप लोगों को प्रेजेंटेशन के लिए बुलाएंगे, और आपकी जो भी इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर फैसिलिटी अवेलेबिलिटी है उसके अकॉर्डिंगली हम लोग टारगेट एलोकेशन करेंगे और जल्द से जल्द ट्रेनिंग स्टार्ट करेंगे। तो बस यही गुजारिश थी। अगेन मैं यादव सर का और रिपल जी का और ऑल इंडस्ट्री एंड इंडस्ट्री एसोसिएशन के जो भी सीनियर पर्सन है सबका गुजरात स्किल डेवलपमेंट मिशन की ओर से मैं आभारी हूँ, और आप लोग का सबका आभार व्यक्त करता हूँ। Thank you. And यादव सर.
या थैंक यू दीपक भाई. एक क्वेश्चन पार्टिसिपेंट फ्लोट कर रहे हैं. वो इस करंट ईयर में तो अभी जो सीए सर्टिफिकेट है वो उनका बना नहीं है, जो प्रीवियस फाइनेंशियल ईयर है. तो दे वांट कि क्या इसके लिए कुछ एक्सटेंशन उनको मिलेगा सीए सर्टिफिकेट के लिए?
हाँ जी जी, ये जो अभी आप लोगों के जो भी इंडस्ट्री के पास अभी जितने साल का सर्टिफिकेशन है वो आप सबमिट कर दीजिए, और एक लेटर हेड में ये एक बात उल्लेख करके दे दीजिए कि जो लास्ट ईयर का सर्टिफिकेशन जब अवेलेबल होगा तो वी विल सबमिट यू. ऐसा एक आधार पत्र दे दीजिए, तो उसके बेस पे हम लोग आगे प्रोसीड कर लेंगे.
थैंक यू दीपक भाई. सेकंड क्वेश्चन है कि वे जानना चाहते हैं कि क्या अगर दूसरे स्टेट में उनका ट्रेनिंग सेंटर एस्टेब्लिश करते हैं तो क्या इसमें लाभ ले सकते हैं वे?
दूसरे स्टेट में नहीं है, ये जो स्कीम जो है गुजरात की इंडस्ट्री के लिए ही है, गुजरात के यूथ को ट्रेनिंग करने के लिए है. तो अदर स्टेट में जो इंडस्ट्री है वहां नहीं कर पाएंगे, क्योंकि ये जो ट्रेनिंग इम्पार्ट करनी है कंसेप्ट ये है इन द इंडस्ट्री, और गुजरात की इंडस्ट्री जो है इसके अंदर ही ट्रेनिंग फैसिलिटी प्रोवाइड करके हम लोगों को ट्रेनिंग इम्पार्ट करने का कंसेप्ट है. तो हम लोग अदर स्टेट की इंडस्ट्री में नहीं जा पाएंगे.
शुक्रिया. एक क्वेश्चन आया है, फाइनेंशियल डॉक्यूमेंट्स कौन कौन से हमें अप्लाई करने हैं रजिस्ट्रेशन के टाइम पे? तो आई थिंक हिमांशु जी ये तो आपको यूजर मैनुअल में मिल जाएगा, जो अभी स्नेहल बहन ने जो लिंक दिया है, आप आई थिंक वहां से देख के वो देख सकते हैं. एक सवाल राजेश नगारे जी का है. ही सेज कैन द इंडस्ट्री एंगेज सपोर्ट ऑफ ट्रेनिंग इंस्टीट्यूट to execute the training of candidates, training institutes?
वो इन हाउस उनका सपोर्ट ले सकते हैं, लेकिन जो भी जो ट्रेनिंग पार्टनर का जो भी रिलेशन रहेगा मेरे साथ, वो इंडस्ट्री पार्टनर के साथ ही रहेगा. बाकी इन हाउस जो भी फैसिलिटी को लुक आफ्टर करने के लिए, ऑप्टिमाइज करने के लिए वो कोई ट्रेनिंग पार्टनर रख सकते हैं, तो हम लोगों को कोई दिक्कत नहीं है.
थैंक यू. मिनिमम एजुकेशन के बारे में हिमांशु जी जानना चाहते हैं. तो मिनिमम एजुकेशन जो है वो एज पर द क्वालिफिकेशन पैक होगी हिमांशु जी. अगर क्वालिफिकेशन पैक में 5th पास है तो मिनिमम एजुकेशन 5th आपको लेना पड़ेगा. इट इज एज पर द क्वालिफिकेशन पैक. एक सवाल है संजीव राय जी का, वो जानना चाह रहे हैं कि नॉन वोवन टेक्निकल टेक्सटाइल्स में क्या हमारे पास कोई जॉब रोल्स हैं? तो संजीव राय जी, जैसा अभी दीपक भाई ने कहा कि जो कोर्सेज अगर NSQF अलाइंड नहीं है तो इंडस्ट्री अपने कोर्सेज खुद भी प्रपोज कर सकती है. तो इसमें टेक्निकल टेक्सटाइल्स में हमारे पास कोर्सेज हैं, लेकिन नॉन वोवन में फिलहाल नहीं है. लेकिन अगर इंडस्ट्री की कोई अपनी रिक्वायरमेंट है तो वो आप फर्निश करके उनका अप्रूवल आप ले सकते हैं स्टेट मिशन से. Any other question from the participants? Any clarifications you require from Deepak bhai?
Dr. Yadav, I can just supplement on this non-woven training part, because Mantra has a full-fledged non-woven technical lab, and we also have formulated certain training simple guidelines, but we can definitely formulate programs for industry. And we can also impart training within our setup in Mantra.
Yes, sir. You are perfectly said, sir. Thank you very much. And this can be done like this, sir. There's no, that's not a problem. Thank you very much, sir. So, in a nutshell, the program again we can emphasize is that the training, nothing extra has to be infrastructure, nothing more has to be developed by the industry. Whatever the training facilities they have in house, they have all the infrastructure, they have all the classrooms with them. So the same facilities can be utilized to take advantage under the Sankalp program. आपको अपने ट्रेनिंग सेंटर में इनके अलावा जो एग्जिस्टिंग फैसिलिटी है उसके अलावा आपको कुछ बिल्ड नहीं करना है. सो नॉर्मली ये एक मिसकंसेप्शन होता है कि हमको वहां पर इतने कंप्यूटर और लगाने पड़ेंगे, इतनी टेबल चेयर्स लगानी पड़ेंगी, ये बिल्डिंग क्लासरूम अलग से बनाना पड़ेगा. आई थिंक वो जो मिसकंसेप्शंस हैं वो अब यहाँ पर क्लेरिफाई कर चुके हैं दीपक भाई। तो हमें जो इन हाउस इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर है, जो मशीन्स अवेलेबल हैं आपके पास प्लांट में, आपकी यूनिट्स में, उन्हीं मशीन को आप यूज करेंगे ट्रेनिंग प्रोवाइड करने में, और जो आप करते भी हैं। तो इन सहूलियतों के हिसाब से ये जो प्रोग्राम है संकल्प, ये डेफिनेटली बहुत एडवांटेजियस रहेगा इंडस्ट्रीज के लिए। और मैं यहाँ पर एक स्टेप आगे बढ़ के आप लोगों को आश्वासन भी देना चाहूंगा कि कहीं पर भी अगर आपको लगता है कि कोई दिक्कत है, वी आर जस्ट ए कॉल अवे। I would put up my mobile number in this chat box. You can reach out to us anytime, any day. So that's all support we can give to you, and definitely the big support of Deepak Bhai Makwana ji and his whole team is always with us, and we look forward to the support in the future also.
थैंक यू सर।
Thank you very much.
सर मैं अगेन एक चीज में जो क्लेरिफाई करना चाहता हूँ कि ये जो कंसेप्ट जो है इन द इंडस्ट्री वाला, तो इसमें हम लोग ये जो टेक्सटाइल सेक्टर है सपोज, तो टेक्सटाइल सेक्टर की जो भी मशीनरी, यूज मशीनरी इक्विपमेंट रहता है, तो वो हम लोग कोई ट्रेनिंग सेंटर में सेटअप नहीं कर पाते और कोई ट्रेनिंग प्रोवाइडर आगे आते भी नहीं है। तो इसीलिए हम लोगों ने ये कंसेप्ट लाया है कि ये जो भी मशीनरी इक्विपमेंट इंडस्ट्री में एग्जिस्टिंग अवेलेबल है, इसके जरिए ऑन जॉब ट्रेनिंग इम्पार्ट करके आप लोग ट्रेनिंग इम्पार्ट कर सकते हैं। ऐसा नहीं है कि लैब सेटअप करना स्पेसिफिक है। हम लोगों को क्लासरूम में कहीं तालीमाती जितने भी बैच बनाते हैं कैंडिडेट के लिए बैठने के लिए थोड़ी बहुत सुविधाएं करनी जरूरी है। बाकी प्रैक्टिकल ट्रेनिंग तो जो भी एग्जिस्टिंग इंडस्ट्री की जो भी है उसके अंदर ऑन जॉब ट्रेनिंग इम्पार्ट कर सकते हैं। सिर्फ जरूरी है कि जो सिलेबस और जो कंटेंट जो है उसके अकॉर्डिंगली मशीनरी इक्विपमेंट इंडस्ट्री में होना चाहिए, बस यही रिक्वायरमेंट है। अदरवाइज हम लोग जो भी ऑन द जॉब ट्रेनिंग इम्पार्ट करते हैं वो कंसेप्ट आधारित ट्रेनिंग इम्पार्ट कर सकते हैं। थैंक यू।
Thank you, Deepak bhai. Thank you so much.
There is one question. Mr. Rathod wants to talk.
मेरे को थोड़ी सी क्लैरिफिकेशन चाहिए। अप्रेंटिस जो स्टेट गवर्नमेंट के रहते हैं, अप्रेंटिस ट्रेनीज एंड अप्रेंटिस अंडर द सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट, एंड प्लस जो संकल्प के अंडर में हम लोग ट्रेनिंग देंगे, व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन द थ्री?
Can you just repeat your question, sir? I'm sorry.
अप्रेंटिस ट्रेनिंग वी आर ऑलरेडी कंडक्टिंग, स्टेट गवर्नमेंट के अंडर में कर रहे हैं और सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट के स्कोप में कर रहे हैं, दोनों जगह से ट्रेनिंग हो रही है। अब संकल्प के अंदर में जो रजिस्ट्रेशंस आएगी, नो देयर विल बी 3 टाइप ऑफ ट्रेनिंग्स, सो वी जस्ट वांट ए लिटिल क्लैरिफिकेशन ऑन ऑल द थ्री। सो व्हाट विल बी द डिफरेंस?
See, Sankalp program is not an apprenticeship, so that is the first thing which we have to differentiate. Sankalp program is for recruiting the fresh persons for working in your plant. So you will impart a basic training. So these short-term training programs are basically the basic training programs. So you will make your worker just efficient enough to work on the machine. Okay, so he has not yet become a full-fledged operator or full-fledged worker. So once you impart a training under the Sankalp program, which is as per the qualification pack and would span over around 2 and 2.5 months maximum. So once the certification is given to the candidate, he qualifies to come under the on-the-job training under the apprenticeship program if the industry wishes to. Otherwise, it's not in compulsion. If a candidate has acquired a national skill framework certificate, he will join your company, you will show him an employment, which is the requirement of the Sankalp program, that minimum 80% employment you have to show. जब वो आप employment को show कर देंगे, so that employment can be against a regular worker, which is on your roll, or it can be an apprentice. If it is engaged as an apprentice after the certification program, then you can take the advantage of the stipend partial reimbursement, which is happening maximum 1,500 rupees per month per candidate. So this is not apprentice. That is number one. Number two, if you want to have apprenticeship, the candidates taken only under apprenticeship, then you can simply go to Apprenticeship India government portal. You register yourself as an BTP and you can go with the regular OJT route. Hope it clarifies your question, sir.
Sure. Thank you so much.
Or you can connect to me separately for this, any elaborate if you want to understand. Sanjay bhai, you can help them to reaching out to us. So I had dropped our contact details in the chat box, sir. And I will request if you can just go through the basic processes as elaborated by the GSDM team. And in case you come across any issue, you please reach out to us. If we are able to clarify your doubts, it is fine. Otherwise, we'll reach out to Gujarat Mission and we'll seek clarification from them and come back to you.
By any chance, extension of 10th at the last date is there?
Yes, you can. आप बताइए मुझे कितना एक्सटेंड करना है, वो भी कर लेंगे. हम लोग तो आपके साथ जुड़ना चाहते हैं. आप बोलो 2 दिन और तो 2 दिन और एक्सटेंड कर सकते हैं. आप बोलो 1 हफ्ता एक्सटेंड करो तो और इंडस्ट्री आएगी, तो हम लोग 1 हफ्ता और एक्सटेंड करने के लिए तैयार है. क्योंकि किसी न किसी ये स्कीम जो है ना, वो इंडस्ट्री के लिए बनी है. हम लोग बंद करके भी बैठ जाएंगे या कोई रजिस्ट्रेशन नहीं होगा तो उसका क्या फायदा. इंडस्ट्री का जो बेनिफिट है, गुजरात के यूथ के एम्प्लॉयमेंट का बेनिफिट है, वो हम नहीं दे पाएंगे. तो हमारा द्वार हर रोज खुला रहेगा. आप जैसे हम लोगों को रिक्वेस्ट डालेंगे तो भी ले लेंगे. इसमें क्या है, हम लोग जितनी भी एक्सटेंशन देते जाएंगे ना, जो रजिस्ट्रेशन जो होता है उतना डिले होता है. हमारी क्या है खासियत, जो भी आप कोई भी एडवर्टाइजमेंट देख लीजिए, उसमें लास्ट डेट पहले देखते हैं हम लोग. अभी अपने पास 1 महीना है. और क्या 1 महीने के बाद भी फिर एक्सटेंशन आ जाता है. तो मेरी रिक्वेस्ट और गुजारिश अगेन ये है कि जल्द से जल्द इंडस्ट्री ज्यादा से ज्यादा रजिस्ट्रेशन करे. और आप लोगों की कुछ डॉक्यूमेंटेशन या कुछ रिक्वेस्ट है कि अभी भी पर्याप्त नहीं हो पाए, तो हम लोग आपके रिक्वेस्ट का आधारित एक्सटेंड भी कर सकते हैं. इसमें कोई इश्यू नहीं है. यू ऑलवेज वेलकम. Thank you again.
Thank you very much, sir. If we don't have any more questions, so we can give it a call, sir. So, Mr. Sanjay bhai, over to you for rest of the proceedings.
There are no other questions, so we'll wrap up. I'll request of South Gujarat Productivity Council, Mr. Mayank Dalal, to extend the vote of thanks.
From South Gujarat Productivity Council, we thank Dr. Vijay Yadav ji for arranging such a good program for our industry. We thank Sri Ripal Bhai Patel, Sri Deepak Bhai Makwana sir from GSDM, Snehal Bin from GSDM, and our industry partners. Thank you all, and we are looking forward for such another programs, and we will definitely take advantage of this. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, and a very good evening.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.